Greetings, dear Gemini. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a look at your Venus in retrograde reading. Okay, we're going to do a tarot reading on that. I do have an additional video on Venus in retrograde that just talks about some important astrological information about Venus, and then what our collective energy will be for during this period of time. Okay, so Venus is the planet of love, abundance, things that we find attractive, our relationships, and how much we are in harmony with our outside tangible world. Okay, so when it's in a retrograde, that means there could be like certain challenges or some things or some certain facts that are exposed about those manners. Okay, and so it started on March 1st in the sign of Aries, which, if you understand anything about astrology, understanding that Aries is very cardinal, is all about kind of a abrasive, aggressive energy for Venus to be in. Okay. So there could be just a lot of competition, a lot of, I don't want to say jealousy, but just our relationships running on. Could be like if there's a person who's like dominant in your partnership, that could really be highlighted around this particular time, right? So March 27th or March 20th, March 1st through March 27th, it will be in Aries, and then it's going to shift. It's going to retrograde back into Pisces. Okay, now Pisces is wonderful for Venus. Venus loves to be in Pisces. Is actually exalted there. So during that, it could be like this polar push, right, from that aggressive energy to this very like dream-like energy where it's almost like you're wearing rose-colored sunglasses and you could be just like looking at things in a very like fantastical way. But we also have to be careful with this particular energy, making sure that we don't have any blinders about things. Okay, so we could also be very sensitive in our relationship at this particular time. There could be some exposure in that way. We're seeing the ways in which we're sensitive in that, and there could be something we realize out of that. Okay, so we are just talking about that, and we are going to have this in the respect of your particular zodiac. So if you have Gemini and it's in your sun, your rising, and particularly your Venus, then it's my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity, and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. Because it is Venus, which is ruled by like love and sensuality, I did figure we'd do a kind of a spicy deck today. So we're using the Tarot of Sexual Magic to pull your messages. And then we're going to close the reading out with a few cards from the Romance Angels Oracle to see if there are any remaining messages for you, dear Gemini. All right, let's go ahead and set the intention. This is for the sign of Gemini, right? I hope this will resonate with you in some capacity. Please do comment, like, and subscribe for additional content. Or if you like the way that I read, consider booking me for a personal reading. All right. Let's get into it. We are first looking at this particular time, dear Gemini. Where is your heart? Where is Gemini's heart at this particular time? Show me, where is Gemini's heart? We're going to pull three. I'm attempting to pull three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what the energy we've got for you? Your heart is... Okay. You've got the 9 of Wands, okay? You could be feeling slightly burdened by the connections in your life, or maybe like the connections. And like I said, that could be romantic, that could be your children, that could be your lover, that could be people that you work with, okay? But this 9 of Wands is feeling like you have to kind of maintain boundaries or to be very persistent with people around you at this time, okay? You feel that like you've just got to be like on in some way, okay? That you're doing like a lot of like the mental gymnastics. You feel like you're burdening, or you're carrying the kind of burden of the connections that you're in, okay? The people kind of rely on you for quite a lot. And then with this 3 of Wands, this is really like you looking for an expansive role in that, okay? But what that really means is that you're looking to see the results of all of the work that you put in. I feel like you give a lot of your heart and a lot of your energy to other people, especially like your just mindset. And you could just be feeling like, yeah, I'm putting all this work and I'm trying to get something from this, okay? There is a rhyme and a reason for who you invest in and why, right? With this Three of Wands. And then I'm seeing that like you're really just looking, your heart at this particular time is really sensitive to finding people who really just collaborate well with you, or have some type of quality or skill that you're really like can tap forward, or someone that you can collaborate and that you mesh very well with. Okay. So you don't really, I feel like your heart at this time is not really just in charity mode. It's just like, how can we work together? What can we do together? Okay. I'm tired of holding the bag. I'm tired of feeling like I'm the one that has all of the ideas, all of everything, right? And I feel like you're just a little bit burdened by that. And you were just looking for a little bit more cooperation, a little bit more teamwork with the connections that you have in your life at this time. You're really looking to see if your investments and who you're investing in is really worth it at this time. All right. So that's where your heart is. You're not giving out the free love and the free advice anymore, Gemini. You really are looking for some return on your investment, so to speak. So let's see, what are your subconscious values? So this is keeping in mind that we all have obligations to people and situations, and what our circumstances are differ from person to person. And sometimes we attract the things that what our circumstances just kind of are at this particular time. But this is looking at like, if subconsciously, like what do you really value, right? And just understanding that retrograde periods are really powerful times, really assessing what that planet it represents, right? So when we talk about Venus, this is putting a microscope under our connections that we have with other people, on our home space, on our finances, on our jobs, right? We're looking at our outside world. And this is a time to really reflect on what that looks like. So this is a great time for looking at your values subconsciously and seeing like, what do you really check in with yourself to see what you really value? So let's see what comes up here for what your subconscious values are. What are Gemini subconscious values? Okay, you've got the King of Pentacles. You've got the Eight of Swords. And you've got the World. Okay, interesting. You feel blocked from your potential. Okay, this is what I'm going to say to you, Gemini. You sometimes feel blocked from your potential, and I don't know, because you've got the King of Pentacles, which is basically like mastery over your physical world. This is being a solid, practical, wise investor in all things. Okay. And I feel that with the Eight of Swords, this is definitely some blockages that these could be self limitations or some type of restriction on what you're working under. And I just feel like you really want that to end, right? You're looking for a new chapter and opportunities, perhaps, whether that's investment opportunities, job opportunities, an expansion on your opportunities with connections and people, or even holding your lovers or your friends to a higher accountability in terms of like how they uh interact or operate in your life, right? And what their roles are in your life. And I'm feeling like subconsciously, like you really want to have a new chapter. You want something else. You feel like you've maybe even maxed out, because that World card is all about, okay, like this is I've done this, I'm done with this phase, can I move on to the next? Okay. So I think subconsciously there's some issues here with you really being able to reach that whatever this new idea of how you want to partnership, or the partnerships that you are attracting. I feel like there's something here where you really want to elevate that in some way. And I think that is really highlighted by your where's your heart was at question. When that Nine of Wands came out, that kind of let me know that you do feel a little bit exhausted, and the mental gymnastics that you provide for other people who are close to you. And you're just looking, you're like, I've been investing in this with this people for a long time, or with this person for a long time. And I'm just like looking for something where I can collaborate, like that we can have like you just like, you feel that you don't have a meeting of the minds when in regards to people around you. And so because of that, you could be really like looking for a new way of being with people, right? So I am seeing a new chapter that you really would like to have, or whether that new chapter involves the people that are already in your circle and some type of transformation of what those partnerships look like, or this is just you connecting with totally different people and totally like attracting a completely different tribe. I don't know, but I'm definitely getting that you do feel a little bit blocked or limited by who's in your circle at this particular time. Okay, and that's highlighted at this moment. So let's see, what do you no longer value? So in order for us sometimes to move forward to where our next chapters are, or what's the next lesson, what's the next whatever, we also have to understand like we have to be conscious of the patterns that we are actively pursuing that kind of come out of habit, and that maybe it's time for us to sometimes like sit back and really analyze what doesn't really work for us and what we no longer value in regards to our relationships, the finances that we have, or the company we keep, right? What do we no longer value? So for our Geminis, show me, what does Gemini no longer value at this time? What does Gemini no longer value at this time? You got the Four of Wands. Ooh, Gemini, what's going on here? Okay. The Strength card and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel that you just have such a big um you have such a big capacity of fitting people into your life, and that you assume a lot of responsibility for the people around you, because you've got this Four of Wands where it's just like you don't really value so much who your closest confidants, because the Four of Wands is your tribe. These are the people you live with, these are the people that you are the closest to. And I feel that there's something here where, because it's coming up in what you no longer value, it's just like you love them, but you don't really like them. You feel more obligated to the people around you than you would care to be. You could even be sometimes in a fantasy world where you're just thinking about like, if I could just talk to them about this, or if I could just have these kinds of conversations. And it just, maybe at this time, I feel like it's not even one particular person. I just feel like you are lacking that in a communal way, okay? And that you really aspire to be with people who are like-minded or have a similar heart space, or you just are not really challenged, I feel. Okay, I see that strength is kind of what keeps you there. Okay, maybe you feel like you're the backbone, maybe you feel like it's okay, I can just suck this up and deal with it, right? Because the strength does have to do with that. It's like taming our inner desires, right? And ensuring that perhaps you take one for the team, that you're okay being in deficit. Okay, and that could be something like that, but this could also be you don't value doing that anymore. It's like you've overly associated yourself with being that person that just provides all the mental and emotional rapport, and now you really are looking for some type of, like, I keep going back to like a return on your investment. Is just people that you're putting energy and love and commitment into, you're not getting it back. And I feel like it's people who are closest to you. That's really what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing around this period, you are really under a deep evaluation about how people connect with you, and if that give or take means anything to you, and what you need to do about that, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, this is looking at all the hard work and the patience that you've had, right? And understanding, like, are you just having delayed success? Like you just don't really kind of know what to do. So I'm feeling like you're getting a little bit impatient, right? And this Venus retrograde is when all of these things come up of how you just are mentally, emotionally, and communicatively not present or on the same page as the people around you. And it's really forcing you to just kind of like evaluate what to do next, and if like what are the ways in which you can transform the connections that you have right now so that it's not a total lost. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, what you no longer value. So finally, let's look at how can you best reconnect with what and who you value the most. So how can you best reconnect with who and what you value the most? How can you best reconnect with who and what you value the most? All right. So, what's first? I think you've got the 10 of Cups. This lets me know that you have so much emotional support behind you. Like, there are people who just like don't play about that Gemini. Like, they are behind you 100%. And you need to reconnect by like maybe trying to, I don't know if it's not about spending time, but finding ways to reconnect. That there's something here, because you definitely have this kind of energy that where it's just your heart is full. There are people around you who really have your best interest at heart, who really care about you so much. And you might feel that things are not really fair because you've got this justice card that's in the reverse position. So you could be feeling like it's not an equal give or take. It's not uh, a win-win solution for you, right? And the truth kind of comes out in this Venus and Mercury energy, Venus and Mercury, Venus and retrograde energy. It kind of comes out like how unfair you feel the connections are that you're having. Okay. But with this Page of Pentacles, you are really at a time where you're really being asked to just continue to give part of yourself, that this is a temporary transit, okay, of how you're feeling at this time. And I do feel that there's going to be like your role at this particular time, if you're feeling uninspired by the people around you, or you're like having this yearning for more and feeling like you're blocked from your whatever you feel like your higher potential is in regards to connecting with people. You're really being told at this particular time to push past that, and just to continue to give more of yourself, right? Because I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, it's like offer and receive the opportunities to just connect with people that you really love. Like, just do it anyway, even if it feels redundant, or it's just like, I've done this before. You could get a different result out of that, okay? By really just like reinvesting in those people around you. So that's what I got. You feel like you're just not really feeling your tribe, your community at this particular time, and you just need some time to just kind of pass through this very difficult energy that I see. I feel like you could be bored mentally with people. Okay, so let's see if we can get some romance angels. Any messages for Gemini from the romance angels, please? Let's see if we get any messages for you, dear Gemini, from our romance angels. Okay, well, I guess 3. So your first one was love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then you got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay. So, like I said, putting more energy, putting more power behind our connections. Attraction. You attract romantic life by enjoying this moment fully. Okay. So it could be just a change of perspective that needs to go down. And then finally, past life relationship. You have known each other before. And if you've known each other before, you might get kind of bored because you spent a couple lives with this person, for all you know. Okay. Well, that's what I got for you. My name is Tifa. I do tarot. If you enjoy the way that I read cards or give messages, please do comment, like, and subscribe for additional content. And do consider booking me for personal readings. That is something I do offer. You can find more information in the About channel and see the services that I do offer to have a personalized reading just for you. That's all I got, Gemini. I love you guys. Take it easy during this Venus retrograde, and just remember that push-pull energy between Aries and Pisces, like, could have you feeling some type of way mentally. So wishing you the best. Love you guys, and take care.